Hello guys, we're Dave and Sue, and this is our motorhome Florrie, and she's only taken us to Europe. So, here's our overall review of the route and the campsites we stayed on, including all the costs and all the detail of the totals in terms of everything we spent.
If you like this content, please consider subscribing and press the like button and the bell. It's totally free. We really hope you enjoy the video. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Hello guys, we are now in a little campsite fairly close to home. You might be able to see out the window actually over Sue's shoulder. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's wonderful here, and we've just done a few maintenance jobs. So this one's about our trip to Europe. Just a quick review of the sites. What we'll do is we'll do another video on what we learned. We did learn a lot, didn't we? We learned a lot every day in Europe. There's lots of things where you don't really get told. So you watch lots of videos and you can't ever be told everything. So we're going to try and cover some of the stuff that we personally learned that might help you guys when you're going to Europe, or if you're going to Europe for the first time. But anyway, let's get kicked off. So we started on the tunnel. We went on the tunnel. We didn't particularly like Black Horse Farm. It was okay, a bit noisy. It's the Caravan and Motorhome Club site, which is very close to Folkestone. It was okay.
It was busy. Yeah. It's fine.
It was a bit noisy though. I thought that was next to the road there.
There is road noise in the section where they put the people that are leaving early for the ferry or the tunnel. If you book those, you don't disturb other people. That's the idea. And they are nearest the road. But we were fine.
Okay.
We slept fine.
I think half the problem was we paid £35 for that night, and our friend Chris Coburn from Go With Gustav, check his YouTube channel out, he paid £9 a night at a CL.
Yes.
So it's like,
although that might not be available all year round.
That's true.
I'm not sure.
No, we'll have to check. Anyway, we'll probably have a look at that when we go later in a few weeks' time.
Yeah.
But tunnel was no problem at all. You just follow the signs for everything's very easy. You turn up. You've got your console outside the van when you turn up, and you just press all the right buttons, answer all the questions. It recognises your number plate, knows who you are, recognises your booking, and we were straight through, weren't we? Absolutely fantastic.
Obviously, if people have got dogs, they'd have to go and check their dogs in, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't know about that because we haven't got dogs.
No. So that was fine. Then we went down to our first campsite, and what we're going to do is put all the costs on screen. So we'll be putting the costs on as we talk about which campsite. First one was Amiens.
Yeah. And
that was gorgeous, wasn't it? We loved most of these places were only there for a night.
Yeah.
So we were just talking through the costs, what we thought about them, and first one was Amiens.
It's difficult to say how these sites would be if you were staying on them for say a week or something. We're just giving our verdict on the stay we had, which is very often just one night. Yeah,
that's right. But this was near Amiens. You can get a bus into Amiens from the site. Very easy, only about 20 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not far to walk to the bus stop, and easy enough.
So that was the first site. Second night, we drove across to Charny-sur-Meuse, which is a camping car park. Our first experience of a camping car park.
It was pre-booked, wasn't it?
We pre-booked it. Yeah, a camping car park. You can pay for a membership, but you also pay for an additional, like a premium membership, which means you can book in advance, so you're guaranteed a pitch.
Yeah.
Because there's an outside chance sometimes they'll be full up, but probably unlikely.
There were plenty of space at that one, wasn't there?
It was 50 spaces. About 20 were electric hookup. Fantastic place, loved it there, didn't we? Got in all right, didn't we? We didn't take long to get in, did we?
Didn't take me long to get the hang of it.
No, if you got your card, you already paid. They send you a card, like a little credit card thing, and you put it on top of the green. Yeah,
you just lay it on the top of the green keyboard, and the barrier goes up.
Yeah, and you're in. Yeah. And they debit that off your balance, because you put a balance on your account, and then as you turn up, it just debits that cost off your account. But really cheap. About, I don't know. Again, I'll put it up on screen.
You found out. I don't know.
That was the site. Yeah. No, thank you. Good point. That was the site. I was chatting to a couple from Yorkshire who basically said that you can use camping car park for emptying your black waste, grey waste, and filling up with water. What you do is you turn up any time of the day, and you get in by using your card, and it would debit you. I think it's €5. So if you go in, get rid of your grey waste, black waste, fill it with water. Then if you like it, you decide to stay. When it gets past, I think it's 5 p.m. in the afternoon, it will then debit you for the full stay.
If you're still there, if you
haven't gone out.
Yeah.
If you leave, obviously before 5 p.m, you just get debited to €5. So it's really a good bit of.
And didn't he say something like you could just stay another night?
Yeah, and if apparently, I always thought that camping car park was 24 hours only. There are some of them that definitely are. But some of them, I think you can stay an extra night, and if you don't leave past the barrier, then you just get charged that extra nights automatically.
That's what we were told. We didn't try it.
We never tried it,
yeah.
But I think that's possible at some sites. Some sites, I think, are only 24 hours.
They would be because of the space, probably.
Yeah, and that was probably the situation on the next one we went to, which was Andlau in Alsace, and that was only about 15 pitches.
Remind me.
That was the one we went for that meal in the little village.
Yeah.
It was on it's the north of Alsace, not far from Strasbourg actually. But
it was very hot that day. It was,
yeah.
Yeah, that was a lovely sight, and the very short walk into the town.
Yeah,
where there was
right in the town, near enough to the little village centre. Yeah.
Everything you really needed, basic stuff.
But I think that may be one of the sites where it was only 24-hour max.
Yes,
because it was full up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We were it was full up, and there was always someone seemed to be waiting outside to come in as well.
Yeah,
so,
very popular because people seem to be parking outside of it.
Yeah.
So they obviously didn't have the facilities, access to the facilities.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, a really good facility, camping car park. We left there and travelled down to near Colmar, a little village called Igisheim, which is absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance to go there, just do it. And we stayed at a campsite called Camping Le Trois Chateaux, because there's three chateaux on the horizon, on the skyline. We only booked there for one night. We ended up staying 2 because a lady for two pitches down, her husband was taken into hospital, and so we looked after their dogs, and we decided to stay an extra night, which is what's great about motorhoming and caravanning. I suppose you can just decide. You know, we went to the camp reception and said, "Can we stay an extra night?" I said, "Yeah, fine."
Yeah, so obviously, if it was September, so maybe in June, July, August, you might not be able to do that.
No, I mean we lost our site cost on the one we cancelled, because we had gone to a place called Reichelville, where we lost that site fee. But you know,
that was near the prettiest village in France.
Igisheim, yeah.
So that was I loved that site actually.
Fantastic,
the facilities were good.
Yeah.
The pitches were quite close together, but they didn't feel like they were, because you had
sort of tiered, weren't they?
You were like in little
gardens, little hedges either side.
Hedges, and although you were close, you didn't feel.
No, and it was up a hill, so they were tiered down.
Yeah,
so you were always somewhere above you or below you, and it was nice.
No, lovely surrounding area, lots of vineyards. So
and I think that was, and again, I'll put the cost up. It was over €20. I think it was probably about €24, but well worth it for the village, which is fantastic. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
And got everything you could possibly need there.
Yep. Then we drove across the border into Germany, and we stayed at our first Stellplatz we ever stayed at, a little place called Oberprechtel near Elzach, and that was €15.
Yeah.
And
was that the one with the swimming pool?
Yeah, swimming pool behind you. And if you pay your €15, you get free use of the swimming pool.
Yeah.
An outdoor swimming pool. The village itself was virtually closed.
Yeah, nothing seemed to be open there. I think there was one bar restaurant open.
That's right.
That evening, which we didn't use in the end because we weren't sure about. No. But a German man next door used it.
Yeah.
I think. But
and that was also, which we didn't use. That site had, you could get the travel card, the Conus card from there, because all the Black Forest, most campsites, and even this one, which was a Stellplatz, gives you access to this Conus card, which gives you free bus and train travel in the region. And it's absolutely fantastic. You know, we used that on a subsequent site. So that was that one, Oberprechtel. Would we go there again? Yeah, I mean, for €15 and a swimming pool and free transport and everything else, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good actually.
We would if we were passing that area. Yeah.
We then drove across Germany more towards Bavaria. We stopped in Ulm, in a Stellplatz there. That was very easy to get into. We again looked pretty busy. I think it would have been pretty full actually by the time we finished.
We arrived about 12 or something.
Yeah, about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So we were there quite early. And that's, I think that's one tip. If you're going to go Stellplatz, just get there for probably before 2:30, something like that. Especially
near a major city like that.
I mean, Ulm was fantastic, beautiful place. We went, and it's, what was it, 25
loads of bikes on that cycle path.
Oh god, the dangerous cycle path.
Yeah, but what was it, about a 30-minute walk?
30-minute walk into
to
town.
The city centre.
Yeah.
Very worthwhile going to visit.
Finally managed to get a SIM card for our Wi-Fi, a van Wi-Fi in Ulm. So that was it. But yeah, great Stellplatz, really lovely location.
Felt completely safe.
Absolutely,
even though on the edge of a city.
Big city, it was good. Yeah, it was fantastic. From there we went to a place called, we went down south towards the Austrian border. We stayed at a place called Chiemsee, Bernau am Chiemsee, another Stellplatz. Now this Stellplatz was quite expensive. And everything you wanted to do, go to a shower or go to the loo or pick up water, or everything really was expensive.
More or less everything you did, you had to pay extra for.
But it was a fantastic, right on the lake, and we went lake swimming in the morning on our anniversary.
We did, I wouldn't return to this site. No. Very beautiful location, and it is expensive, but it's not even the money. The main downside for me was it's too close to the motorway, and it's very noisy.
Yeah.
I'm not a particularly light sleeper. I can sleep with a bit of road noise, but that was crazy.
Yeah, and what made it worse was we got there, and it was one of these ones that was virtually full. I think there was one space on the outside and 2 spaces just in the middle. And we went for the space on the outside, but that turned out to be right next to this. There was a road behind, and then literally a motorway. So you were literally all night you were getting road noise.
Yeah.
So but
that did disturb me, and it really did.
If you're not too bothered about road noise, I mean, wow, what a place!
But that's proper road noise.
Right, that's true.
Proper road noise, yeah.
But we had that lake swim, that was fantastic.
Yeah, so it's nothing wrong with the site. Quite a beautiful location.
Yeah.
But if you don't like noise during the night from road, don't go.
That's right.
Don't go. Yeah.
So then we moved across the border into Austria, went across a path, got lost. Got completely the wrong way, went across a pass, eventually turned up at Kitzbühel, near Kitzbühel, a place called Fieberbraun, I think it was called, Tyrol camp, and we went in there. It was our anniversary. I'd booked a meal for the evening because it was our anniversary. I booked a meal at a restaurant I thought was, looked really good. Then I took Sue to the wrong one, which was the campsite one. However, again, it's quite an expensive site, but right in the mountains and right next to a cable car to take you up onto if you're walkers or whatever, mountain bikers.
It's used a lot in the winter, I think, for skiers.
Skiing, yeah, that's right.
Skiers.
Yeah.
The facilities amazing, like a 5-star hotel. Really, really good facilities.
Incredible, yeah.
The beautiful location, lovely pictures again.
Yeah. Met some lovely folk there as well.
Good shop.
Great
swimming pool, which we didn't use actually.
A couple of little pools, I think, weren't there? Yeah.
Yeah, swimming pool.
But we went to the restaurant in the evening. It was the wrong one.
Yeah,
and,
which was...
It was not the best meal we've ever had, let's be brutally honest about it.
No. I mean, we got talking to some nice people.
We did, yeah.
We had an okay evening.
Excuse me.
And we realised when we left there was another restaurant up the road a bit, and we think that's where we should have been.
Yeah. But my fault. That was a complete clonk up on it.
So we can't recommend the restaurant unless something has changed by the time you go.
The site is fantastic. Yeah. Location and facilities, wow.
Yeah.
Then we moved on to the big site, and we spent there a week with our family, and it was called Sport Camp Wuffelgut near Zellamsee in Austria. The site itself is pretty stunning, but it's expensive. You pay for what you get. We got a pitch again near a road, but it wasn't that bad.
I didn't even notice it.
No.
And the facilities there, what can be a bit deceiving is when you book it, you see the glossy pictures of the lovely swimming pool, which is beautiful.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Sauna room, I think there's a gym.
Yeah,
it's so good, so lovely. But what you must bear in mind is you have to pay quite a lot extra to use the pool.
That's right.
So you just pay for your pitch, and then when you arrive, I think you can pay daily.
Well, electricity's on top as well.
And electric's on top.
Very expensive. Probably
it was the most we've ever spent on electricity on any site.
Yeah.
And we decided to pay for the facilities on a weekly pass.
That's right.
Because our grandchildren and our daughter and son-in-law were going in every day, and it was lovely. And it was, I think, worth it for us.
Yeah.
But it is very expensive.
Yeah. So that was Sport Camp Wolfelgut. We then had a terrible. And from there actually we got a train from the little village. Into Salzburg, which was fantastic. I'd never been to Salzburg before.
About an hour and a half, didn't it?
About an hour and 20 minutes. That's right. You're right. But it was worth it for the city, which is just stunning. You know, you had the Sound of Music stuff. I love Salzburg. Would love to go back there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
We didn't have time to. We were there for most of the day, but we didn't have time to see everything.
No.
The Mozart museums were all closed, which was a shame. But yeah, absolutely fantastic place. So that site was really good for getting into Salzburg. There definitely will be nearer sites, but you're in the mountains there at Wolfelgut, and you. So that was that. Then we had the storm. Storm Boris turned up, which was horrendous.
There was terrible flooding in Austria.
My goodness.
I mean, people.
It was the worst they've experienced for many years, in fact, ever, I think, in some cases. So we were leaving and we wanted to get into Germany. We had a plan. We were going to go across to Füssen, but the forecast was so bad right across that bit of the Alps and into southern Germany that we decided to change our plans and head northwest. And we literally, that night, the night before, we just put our finger on the map for a Stellplatz, which we just saw somewhere in sort of up west of Munich. So we headed there. Went through snow and rain and hail and all the rest of it, flooding. It was bad.
It was a horrible journey.
Yeah, but we eventually arrived at this place called Kloster Andex. Now, I think probably that was my favourite Stellplatz of the tour, and I would recommend it to anyone, especially if you're into food and drink, because the Stellplatz is right next to a monastery, and the monastery has a historical brewery, and that brewery has goodness knows how many beer cellars and beer gardens around it. We went up there not even knowing what we were going into, walked in and were a bit overwhelmed by it, really. You buy your beer, they throw it at you like in a Western.
Actually give you a voucher for £3 off your first, or €3, sorry, off your first beer or something like that.
That's right.
So if you take your ticket when you pay at the Stellplatz,
they give you
you get a discount.
That's right.
On your first one.
I think it was €20. No, it was €19 and €5 for electric on that site. Heck, it was worth it.
They've also got a cafe there, so from what we can make out, this place, we went there for that evening, we went back in the morning, seems to be open. There's a cafe, you can get all your meals there.
Well, they open. We went back in the morning,
coffee,
and the bar was open at 10 o'clock. So there was a couple of guys drinking beer at 10 o'clock. But it's absolutely.
That was a Sunday.
Yeah, we went on the Saturday. It's absolutely rammed. There was like 25, 30 coaches, and the car park is huge, and it was massively.
But it wasn't unpleasant,
no, it was just so if highly recommended that place. I would love to go back there.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
so definitely. That was it. Yeah. So that was a Saturday night. On the Sunday, we then travelled. We were going to go along the Romantic Road, and the forecast again was bad for a couple of days. We travelled up to a place called Landsberg am Lech and stayed in their Stellplatz, which was a car park, really, wasn't it? But it was okay. I mean, I felt a little unsafe there because there was a great big space, like unused, behind us. You said you felt fine.
There was, I mean, I know you said that, and that's how you felt, which is fair enough. But there was no reason for it.
No,
there was nothing to make us frightened. I mean, and there were plenty.
Oh, it was. Yeah, we were with
plenty of other people.
It was 8 or 10 motorhomes, all in the line.
I didn't feel
so
unsafe.
No.
I felt fine.
No, again, electric. All these steel places we went to had electric hookup, so that was fine.
Yeah.
The next one was at Dinklesbury, further up the romantic road. And although all these steel places had electric, you have to have an ounce of common sense. Unfortunately, I don't, and so I paid for someone else's electric all night, and ours ran out. So someone else's who we were using ran out about 10 o'clock at night.
Yes,
so I had a panic and couldn't work out. And long story.
See the video if you want to.
Dinklesbury. Actually, Dinklesbury is a beautiful town, beautiful, but it was absolute steroids rain all from the moment we got there to the moment we left, and so we literally walked into town.
It would be very lovely in the sunshine, and the actual Stellplatz itself was near like a river, wasn't it?
Nice, yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah, and it would be pleasant.
Oh,
it would be really
I would
pleasant
go back there
in
to
the
have a look
sunshine.
round properly,
everything along the romantic road, I think, seemed expensive.
Yeah. But very pretty places.
Yeah.
I mean, very beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite sort of touristy, so same as in the UK.
That's right.
When you go to a town like, I'm trying to think of an example, like Warwick or something.
Yeah.
It's right. You've got the shops that are rather expensive, but still pretty and lovely to look around. Yeah.
From then, we changed our we had already changed our plans, and we had 2 extra days to plan in before we came back. What I forgot to mention on the way out, we went to Oberprechtel, and then I said actually we didn't. We went to a place called CAMPiNG Alpersbach, which we loved, and we so loved it that after Dinklesbury we headed back to the Black Forest to get away from the bad weather, and we booked 2 extra nights at CAMPiNG Alpersbach. That is highly recommended. I would love to go back there. I absolutely love that site. You drive in, nothing is too much trouble. I emailed them back in December last year. Thought they probably wouldn't have any booking, and they said, "Oh yeah, okay, that's fine." And I said, "So is that okay to stay?" He said, "Yeah, of course it's okay to stay." And we said, "Do you have a pitch number?" "No, you any pitch you like." And I said,
they all had electric.
Yeah, electric hookup and water. Every pitch has electric and water. I said, okay, cool. Do we have to park, forward, backwards, sideways? What? You park however you want. Yeah. And we said, okay. And it was the most sort of cosmopolitan, bohemian campsite we've ever been on.
You're given 2 beers on arrival. Yeah. It's got a little restaurant that's open for a few hours from Wednesday to Saturday evening, from 6 till 9 or something like that. Yeah. I think it's Wednesday to Saturday. It might be more nights during summer months. Not sure. And its facilities are lovely.
And it's right in the heart of the Black Forest, and you've got walks from the campsite door. You can walk into the town of Alpersbach, which is about half an hour. There's a massive monastery brewery there. We were going to go in there, but 1,500 people turned up, literally.
He's not even exaggerating this time.
Not even exaggerating. There was 1,500 people. I couldn't believe my eyes. And literally... We were just about to walk. I thought, should we go in? And we were like, whoa, where are they all going? And they just came off, I don't know whether they come off trains or coaches. It was unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. Anyway.
A few nice shops there. Yeah. Monastery.
Alpersbach, highly recommended.
A Lidl's.
A Lidl. Yeah. So, it was just wonderful. I loved it there.
Shopping if you want. Yeah.
Then from there, we moved across the hill to the next valley along to a place called... it was Schwarzwald Camping Alieshof, where we got a fantastic pitch next to the Wolf River. Yeah. And Sue can tell you about that, because I think that you loved it there, didn't you?
Well, it was my favourite site, I think. My favourite one. Because being near the water was lovely. It was so relaxing. There's a shop. Beautiful site.
Pizza in the evening.
If you want pizza. They did various little bits of food, I think, but we had a pizza, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a pizza,
and you can also hire a private bathroom at this site, and we'd done that in advance for some reason. You did that, didn't you?
No idea why.
Don't really need to, because the facilities are so good, but it was lovely to have it, because you get given a key, no one else...
Again, I put all the prices up.
Yeah.
Can't remember how much it was. Probably not much, but I don't know why I booked it. I thought
I think it was €30 or something extra.
What, for 3 nights? Was it 10 years? I might
think
have been.
It was fairly expensive, but you knew that you had your shower and your WC and everything, and no one else was using it while you were there.
It was fantastic.
And so you could go and use that any time, and it was nice to have it. It was a bit of luxury.
And both those sites, that was Lieshof and Alpirsbach, again, gave you the CONUS card. So they signed you in when you turn up. They signed you in, gave you your card, and it was free.
And we used it on the bus and just showed it, and they just say, carry on.
We got a fantastic bus ride up to Freudenstadt, didn't we? Up the hill.
Yeah.
Bit of a white knuckle ride on the way back for Sue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all free.
Yeah.
So.
But sometimes you can't put into words, can you, what you like about a site, or what makes it your favourite, even. You know, because lots of the sites we went to had lovely facilities, and it really is hard to choose between some of them.
Yeah.
But for me, that one was my favourite, just because I felt the most relaxed there. I think. Yeah.
So that was that. Lieshof. Then from Lieshof, I'm trying to think back, and we came across. It was time to sort of head back, really, and we came across the border to a place called Luneville, which was a camping car park again. Interesting place, right next to a huge chateau, massive chateau. And again, the weather was poor, so it wasn't even forecast. We left the van and walked in towards the chateau. It was raining, you know, and it was a shame because it looked absolutely beautiful place.
That was a Sunday, I think.
Can't remember, but
I think
it was
open.
A
Sunday.
There were people in there.
The chateau was open, lots of visitors.
Yeah.
But there wasn't much open in the town.
That's true.
I think there was a bakery that was open.
That's right. But the facility, the camping car park had toilets and showers open, didn't it? Like communal.
And they were actually quite
not bad, really. I think the shower,
very basic.
The shower door didn't lock, I don't think,
everything.
so that was a bit of an issue.
Well, that was in the gents, so I think the ladies was fine.
But all within the price, so you can't complain at all.
No.
The parking spots were in a big long line, and there was about 3 little chalets at the end, which was rather random. Yeah. But they were backed onto a road. I was a bit nervous about the road noise.
Well, when we arrived, it was quite a busy road, and we thought it was quite a built-up place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
and there was a pavement behind the van lower down.
Yeah.
And I was again a bit worried that it might be a security risk or noisy, but it was fine, wasn't it? Absolutely fine.
Yeah, no problem. It went very quiet at night, and no problem there at all.
No.
Yeah.
So another plus for a camping car park. Yeah. Fantastic facilities, you know, and really cheap. Really cheap.
Yeah.
Then we find second to last night we drove across, and again it was sort of finger in the air, down on the map, to a little place called Camping du Pavillon, which was, and I can't pronounce the name of the place, I'll put it up on the screen. This campsite was absolutely wonderful little place. The pitch, you could have got 4 or 5 motorhomes on our pitch, even the size motorhome we got. It was fantastic. It was €20, I think, and then we paid €6 for a breakfast because they brought pain de chocolat and also croissant
you can order it the day before. There's a few sites we didn't mention you could do that on.
That's true. Including the German ones as well. Yeah. Anyway, that place, they no English, so we managed to get by with a bit of broken French. When we arrived,
the lady had no English, and although I've got a little bit of French, she was so fast that
I sort of got
she was so fast that I was struggling.
I can speak a little bit of French, and I can listen to a little bit of French, but you know, you do need to. It was a bit of sign language and all the rest of it. She was a bit worried on that site because it was late in the season that we might get stuck, and it was a bit, because it'd been raining again. It was a bit muddy and a bit boggy.
She thought we should have gone for a different pitch.
Yeah, but I'd paced it out beforehand, and it seemed fine, and we were fine. We got off all right, didn't we? But so another little.
The only thing to mention with that site, very rural. Nothing around, so you need everything with you, and also the facilities. There are facilities, but they are a bit.
They're traditional French.
They're very traditional French, and they're a bit tired. Also, they could do with a bit of a facelift.
So I was a bit nervous.
I did have a shower there.
Yeah.
But it was a kind of very basic old shower, but it was fine.
Yeah.
But the odd thing was
the WCs.
that the cubicles, the WCs, were unisex.
Yeah.
With the men's
urinals.
So you kind of had to walk. If it'd been busy, you know, you couldn't help but walk past. I think it's a very French don't even bother. I think it happens.
Yeah.
You see it different places in France.
That's right.
But it's very not British.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's a bit like it's a bit like also in Germany.
Yeah.
If you're in the shower or in the changing rooms, in Germany, people don't seem to bother too much about what's the word, decorum or sort of embarrassment. It seems fine to wander about.
Yeah.
So that was that. But great fun, absolutely loved it. So that was our second to last site. Last site we went on to another camping car park. I booked this one for an hour because it was an hour and 20 minutes from the shuttle. We looked at the reviews before we got there, and they were terrible, dreadful reviews for this place.
Some of them were okay. Most of them were quite negative.
Most of them were negative, yeah. And the reviews were basically that it was tired, it needed facilities, needed upgraded.
The bins were overflowing, stuff like that. Yeah. That's what they said.
We arrived, and I thought, well, I know what the problem is here, but actually we got onto one of the, or nearly reversed on a pitch with a covered manhole with a bit of wood and a bit of concrete which was going to collapse. So that was an accident waiting to happen. It was pelting the rain again. The electric hookup was full of water. I'll link up, or if you want to look at the video, that was the second to last video we put up on the way home. A bit dangerous in my view.
Yeah,
but other than that, I mean, it was the showers. There were showers and loos there again, which
they were very tired as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it was an
campsite.
Proper big campsite at one time, and you could see that it would have been beautiful in its day. But it definitely.
But not many hard standing. It advertises quite a few hard standing, but there aren't. There's about 10 hard standing. Everything else is grass. Yeah. And again, we got there, and I wouldn't have liked to have gone on the grass pitches.
I don't think we'd rush back. No. It's easy walking distance to a nice big river one way, and to the town the other way, and you've got everything.
It's called Arlia. I'll put it up again with how much it was and stuff.
Yeah, you've got everything at that place.
Yeah, but it was an hour and 20 from the shuttle, so that's why I booked it. I wouldn't go there again, I don't think.
No, I don't think we'd rush back, because I said at the time maybe get a bit closer to Calais.
Yeah. Especially as we got, and again, watched the video, but we got stopped it took us an hour and 40 minutes to get through customs, by which time the train had gone. Yeah,
when we've done it in the car before, we've just driven up and virtually just got on the train and on the shuttle.
So the shuttle one way out was fine. The shuttle on the way back was a real pain. I mean, it just took longer than we expected. And we missed the train we were booked on. Yeah. Which we wouldn't have done because we were there well in advance. Yeah, we were there. We were. Hour and a half in advance. Anyway, that's it. So the overall hope that review of the sites is useful, because we've sort of said there's a couple we wouldn't go back to. I suppose if we were desperate, we would do. You would if it. Yeah, there's none that I'd say I absolutely wouldn't go back to. There are some that we would go back to like that. Yeah. Because they were so fantastic. The people, the friendliness, the value for money, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I mean, if anybody wants us to rank them, we could do probably, but it's a bit of it's subjective, isn't it? And a few of them you'd have trouble choosing between. That's right. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that one. It's been what we're going to do is I'll do another video on our Europe trip, in terms of, as I said earlier, in terms of what we learned, and we did learn a heck of a lot. Yeah. People say we've watched so many videos. It's a bit like when you buy the motorhome for the first time. You think you're prepared, you think you've got everything ready, and actually we sort of were, but we weren't. A bit like Europe, there was a lot of stuff that we thought, we didn't really realise this. So next time we will know. So we're going to put that on a separate video for everybody, and that'll come out in the next week, I think. But basically, hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it's useful, and leave the comments below, and if you like it, give us a like. And find us and ring the bell. Ring the bell, and please hit the subscribe button, and please leave us a comment, because we love chatting to people on there. And find us on Facebook and Instagram too, because sometimes there's more up-to-date stuff going on there. It comes onto there faster. Yeah, and it always takes me a few days or a couple of weeks to get an updated video on for YouTube, because it takes a while to edit and stuff, but obviously Facebook and Instagram are very immediate. So, and there's a few different things on there sometimes as well. So Sue does some reels, don't you? I do the Instagram.
That's why I'm plugging the Instagram.
Watch the Instagram. That's really good, actually. Yeah, really good. Well. So yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, guys, and we will hopefully see you on the next one. So see you on the next one, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.